Hello, Steve Mills here. It's great to be back on Success in Table Tennis, my relatively new podcast. I think this is about the 10th or 11th broadcast that I've done. And I'm really excited this afternoon. I'm going to be talking to my good friend, former England international table tennis player, Nigel Eckersley. So I'm going to be talking to him at around about 3 o'clock today. Before I did that, I wanted to just talk to you about something that came up the other day, and that is this, that there is always a hard. And what do I mean by that? Well, literally I mean that, if you're going to be successful in table tennis or you're not going to be successful, there's a hard. And by that, what I mean is, if you're, starting out, you're perhaps a young junior and you want to get to the next level, it's going to be hard. If you want to be successful at table tennis, it's going to be hard. But guess what? It's hardest when you're starting off. You don't know how to do this. You're not fit enough. You're not strong enough. You're not quick enough. Your footwork's not good enough. Your serve's not good enough. Your backhand and your forehand are not yet good enough. Now, don't get despondent with that. It's just the way it is. So at first, it's hard, right? Now, the good news is the more successful you are, the easier it gets. The better you get, the more successful you will get and the easier it'll be. So being successful at table tennis is really hard at first, and it's still hard, right throughout your career, to be honest. But it does get easier. Now, the alternative to that is the opposite way around, virtually. If you're not successful at table tennis, do you know what? It's actually fairly easy to not be successful. You don't have to practice much. You don't have to worry. You don't have to try that hard because you're not that bothered whether you win or lose. And so it tends to be like that right throughout your career. If you're an average league player and you were one 20 years ago and you're still one now and you're not that bothered about getting any better and you just enjoy your ping pong, and that's absolutely fine, and I wish you every happiness with that. But obviously this is about success in table tennis. So I want you to know, I suppose my really simple message is, it's tough, it's difficult, there's no way around it. You got to put in the hours, you got to do what's right, you got to eat the right food, do the right training, and for me, it's all about raising your game. Not only your game of table tennis, but your game of the amount of time and effort you're going to put in. Because look at it like this. If you're doing the same training as all the other players, and you're eating a similar diet to all the other players, and you're doing the same rewards you get for doing the same as everybody else, you get the same rewards. Now, if you really want to be successful, you've got to do more than others, or at least different than others. You've got to, again, put in the hours on the table, in the gym, on the running track, whatever it is in terms of your, fitness levels. You just, there's no way around it. And so that's really the message that I wanted to deliver. And I wish you every success in getting to whatever level you want to get to. So thanks very much for listening. Try and tune in to the next podcast. Sign up to this podcast. Make sure you do that. Particularly if you're a table tennis player, but if you're a sportsman or if you're just interested in becoming better, then get yourself signed up, subscribe to the podcast, and you'll get updated whenever I do a new one. So this is Steve Mills saying thanks very much for listening.